No.
Get out the room right now. Okay. Officer Harris, you can start court.
Okay. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marlena Taylor is now presiding. At this time, there will be no eating, no sleeping, no smoking, no gum chewing, no drinking, no driving or riding in the vehicle, no laying down or lounging. Please keep your devices on mute until you are addressed by one of the courthouse staff. Also, keep your devices on a level surface so that you may be seen on screen. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right. This is the matters of the people versus Andrea Williamson. This is ticket number 486993. One count drove while license not valid. Ticket number P9766042. One count failed to display a valid operator's license, not on person. One count drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. One count no insurance misdemeanor. Also calling ticket number P590089. One count defective brake lights. That may actually be in default, so we won't have that one on the record. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shiedo, P77614, on behalf of Ms. Williamson, who is present via Zoom. Ms. Williamson, can you please state your name for the record?
Andrea Williamson.
It is my understanding, today is the date and time set, I believe, for a show cause hearing. No, for an arraignment on a bench warrant, Mr. Cheeto. How you want to proceed?
Ms. Williamson will waive formal reading and stand mute.
At this time, the court will enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf, set aside any bench warrants that may be out on her behalf at this point in time. It's my understanding that Ms. Williamson cannot stay on today for this hearing. So I'm going to adjourn this matter and set it for a pretrial on the date of March 25th of 2022. March 25th of 2022. That is going to be at 8:30 a.m. Ms. Williamson, let me advise you that these matters do take a long time, especially when we have lots of people online. So you need to make sure that you're prepared to be online for a while that day. Okay?
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing further, I'm going to set her bond at $0 personal on these matters. Ma'am, please come back to court on March the 25th via Zoom 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
March 25th. Got it.
All right. That concludes the hearing. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I see Ms. Williams has been able to connect too. Can you hear us, Ms. Williams? If you can, please unmute yourself.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
Okay.
She's on the first page of the docket.
Yeah, I'm actually at the hospital because I'm sick, so that's why I wasn't able to get in at 8:30.
Okay. Did you want to have your hearing today, or would you like a new date as well, Ms. Williams?
Yeah, I probably should because I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of talking. So yeah, if we can reschedule it, that'd be good.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cheeto, let me reschedule hers as well, because I hope you feel better, ma'am, okay? I'm gonna reschedule it right now. Hold tight.
Sure.
You ready, Miss Sandy? Okay. This is the matter of the people versus Tawana Williams. This is ticket number P1209745. One count drove while license not valid or improper license. One count expired plates. One count failure to yield right of way. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shiedo, P77614, on behalf of Ms. Williams, who is present via Zoom. Ms. Williams, can you please state your name for the record?
Taiwan Williams.
And this is the date and time set for a pretrial in these particular matters. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Judge, Ms. Williams appears as feeling ill, and she would like to adjourn this matter for a later date.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll go,
you
the
know
court is,
what?
Yes.
I didn't get to speak to an attorney or anything, but guys do know that the person that was driving the vehicle was not me. I wasn't even in town at the time. It was,
Okay.
Ma'am, you'll discuss that when you come back with the attorney that's gonna be here on that day.
oh,
Now you can wait if you want to and talk to an attorney today, but we have 20 people online. So I don't know what time they'll be able to talk to you. I only have this house counsel and we're handling this matter. So if you want to
okay,
talk.
that's fine. No, I don't want to wait because I have to get back into the hospital.
Okay, all right. So the court is going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I'm going to set this date of March the 25th of 2022. This is going to be at 8:30 a.m. And I'm going to set your bond at $0 personal on this matter. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Mr. Cheeto. You can continue on your mission.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Hope it's not COVID, but chances are it is.
It probably is. That's why I was giving her a little bit of time.
Good, yeah. I don't know if any of us are going to be spared from it.
In the name of Jesus, we are.
All right, I claim it. I accept it. Thank you for renewing my faith.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Good morning, the person on the iPhone. What is your name, please?
Tiana Young.
Oh, you were here earlier. What happened? You had to leave?
Yeah, it just can't. I don't know. It just for some reason it just shut off or something. So I had to join again.
Okay, no problem. I'll put you back in another breakout room. Just one moment. Let me name you.
Okay, thank you. Thought I messed up.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Ms. Young, you're going to be in breakout room number 3.
Okay, got it.
And Sandy, can you let the attorney know I got a message for him once he comes out?
Sure.
Thank you.
Let me see, where is he? Okay, so do you need him to come? He can wait until he comes out?
Yeah, I can wait until he comes back out.
Okay, you don't want me to go in and tell him, right?
I mean, you don't have to. I gotta make a run at 10, but I should be good.
Okay.
Just have him, pop out for a second. I can let him know what it is.
Okay, I'll go in and tell him.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. He's coming, Harris.
I'm here.
Attorney know now. Okay. All right. Hey, Constable Cheatham, I just got to talking to Officer Spidell about Mr. Jerome Washington.
Uh-huh.
He said he did look and see that he corrected his plates and stuff, so he's willing to dismiss both.
Okay, that's
Okay.
awesome. And then did the officer for Watkins show up at Gonzalez?
No,
Okay. Okay. Well, if Officer Spidell doesn't show up, I'm just gonna make a motion to dismiss, and I think the cutoff time is about an hour.
well, he just called. He's in another courtroom.
Oh,
He
okay.
did say he's willing to settle for the dismissal as long, because he just checked and saying that Mr. Washington did correct everything, so
Okay.
he's willing to dismiss it.
Okay, and then I guess I gotta talk to the prosecutor about that. Did the prosecutor come into the courtroom?
Not yet. He should be here shortly, though.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
not a problem.
I'll let him know.
Good morning, Ms. Charvet. Is there a reason you left the breakout room? Ms. Charvet? She left. Back in. Judge?
Yes.
Ms. Taylor, I'm sorry, let me make sure it's Taylor, number 3. Yeah, no, Tiana Young. She says that she's talked to the attorney and he told her that she's going to get a bench trial, and that she had to come back out into the courtroom for you to do that for her. But she says that she's running out of time and she needs to go to work.
Okay. When she comes back into the courtroom, I'll bring her in and give her a date.
Okay.
So I have a few people that I don't have offers for?
It's okay. Who do you have so I can pull their files and we can do those matters?
Okay. Do you want to do the pleas first or the?
It doesn't matter. We can do the other matters first and then you can kind of tell me who's the pleas.
Okay, well, Mr. Watkins is scheduled for a trial, Lamar Watkins, and his officer's not here.
Okay,
And Sean Warren, it looks like he's scheduled for a trial and his officer's not here.
okay.
And then I have Yvonne Washington,
Okay.
Tiana Young, Jerome Washington. Oh, actually, Jerome is scheduled for a trial too, but I need to talk to the prosecutor.
Okay.
Tommy Williams, Garamella Williams, Felicia Wilson, Charvay Williams, and Tracy Yancey.
You said Tracy Yancey or Tiana Yancey?
Tracy Yancey. And then I did also say Tiana Young as well.
I don't have Tracy Yancey file. Okay. All right, let me see. I missed some of them. So I have Sean Warren, Lamar Watkins, Jerome Washington, Yvonne Washington, Tommy Williams, Felicia Wilson, Tiana Young. Who else am I missing?
Jerome Washington, I still need to talk to the prosecutor unless he wrote up a dismissal.
No, I heard what the officer said.
Okay.
Who else?
Charvay Williams. You have Charvay Williams?
Charvay Williams. No. Okay.
Then the Tracy Yancey, you still don't have the Yvonne Washington, Tiana
Okay.
Young, Tommy Williams,
Yeah.
Ramella Williams, Felicia
No.
Wilson.
Okay. We gonna work with what I got in the best of my ability.
No problem, Judge. I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yes.
So, Joshua White, Charles Williams, and Mary Hamilton, those are all show causes, and John just stepped into the courtroom to get the offers.
Okay, cool. I don't have all the files, but that's okay on some of these other ones he called. So we'll figure that out later. Okay, you said Tracy Yancey. Oh no, I tried to move her into the courtroom. Oh no. I want to let me move some of these people into the courtroom. What just happened? I feel like I just got locked out.
You want me to go in and ask them to come out, Judge?
Yeah, I don't know why I just went away from my screen to allow me to have some of these folks come out. There's Felicia Wilson. There's a name. Tiana Young.
Did you want Yancy?
Yep. I don't know why I did this.
Judge, I don't know if it makes a difference, but Ms. Yancey was on the phone, so I removed her so she can come back into the courtroom.
I might have to do this differently. All right. Miss Young, you can unmute yourself and show your picture.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is the matter of the people versus Tiana Young. This is ticket number P11962668. One count drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Alushido P77614 on behalf of Ms. Young, who is present via Zoom. Ms. Young, can you please state your name for the record?
Tiana Young.
This is the date and time set for a pretrial. How are we proceeding?
Judge, Ms. Young would like to schedule a bench trial date.
Is that right, Ms. Young?
Yes, ma'am.
If so, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
You can put your hand down. Ms. Young, did you have an opportunity to speak with an attorney in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's informing me that you want to have a bench trial. That's a trial before myself as the trier and finder of the facts. Is that how you want to proceed in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to set this matter for a bench trial on the date of April. Ma'am, on the phone 7034, please press star on your phone. On 4/25/2022, it's going to be at 9 a.m. That's going to be via Zoom, ma'am. And
At
I'm
9
going to,
a.m.
yes, 9 a.m. I'm going to set your bond at $0 personal. And if there's nothing further, that concludes this hearing for today. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good day. I know Corporal Robinson checked back in for this matter. Corporal Robinson, I call this case. She did not appear, and we'll get you headed out.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. This is the matter of the people versus Mila Wilson. This is ticket number P11799168. One count allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Alushido P77614 on behalf of Ms. Malia Wilson.
And Officer Corporal, can you please state your name for the record?
Corporal Robbins Bass, 3622 Traffic Enforcement.
Thank you. This is the date and time set for a bench trial in this matter. It is now Let's see what time it is. 10:15 a.m. Ms. Wilson has not checked in, so a show cause will be issued on this particular matter. Thank you. This concludes this hearing. Thank you so much, Corporal, and stay safe.
Thank you, Yanni.
All right, have a good day.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Tracy Yancey. I was disconnected.
Yes, ma'am. We know because we're trying to get you back into the courtroom. Hers was a trial today, wasn't it?
For Miss Yancey, no, she was a pretrial.
It was a pretrial. Okay, all right. Was Lamar Watkins a trial?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Watkins, you can unmute yourself, please.
Yes.
Okay. Now calling the matter. Now calling the matter of the people versus Lamar Watkins. This is U ticket 155-90414, one count of loitering on public or private property. This appearances for the record, please.
Ali Shado, P77614 on behalf of Mr. Watkins. Mr. Watkins, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Lamar Watkins.
This is the date and time set for a bench trial in this particular matter. How do you wish to proceed, Mr. Cheetah?
Your Honor, the complaining witness has failed to appear. It's now 10:15 and we're moving to dismiss.
All right. It is now 10:15 in the morning. Is there any officer present today for this matter? For the Lamar Watkins matter? Seeing none, we are going to dismiss this matter without prejudice at this point in time. Mr. Watkins, you're all set, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day.
Until you go.
All right, thank you so much. Miss Felicia Wilson, you can unmute yourself, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are we ready on this one, Mr. Cheeto?
Yes, Judge. Just for preliminary, I think she's gonna end up needing a court, like someone assigned to her case.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry, Mr. Cheeto. All right. These are the matters of the people versus Felicia Wilson. This is ticket number P1209567. One count improper plates, one count drove while license suspended, one count no insurance misdemeanor. Also calling ticket number P1207941, one count disregard red flasher or arrow. Also calling Z ticket 808322, one count of operating while impaired, I believe it is. Let me make sure. Operating while intoxicated. I apologize. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel.
Ali Shado, P77614 on behalf of Miss Wilson, who is present via Zoom. Miss Wilson, can you please state your name for the record?
Alicia Lee Wilson.
Judge, this matter is scheduled for I think it was for a pretrial.
That's right.
Yep. And Miss Wilson would like to schedule a jury trial.
You said a jury trial?
Yes, Judge.
All right. All right. Miss Wilson, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Miss Wilson, did you have an opportunity to talk with an attorney in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And it's my understanding you want to have a jury trial. Just so you know, yesterday the court was informed that we have suspended jury trials until further notice because of the COVID uprise. So what I'm going to do is I will schedule this for a pretrial in 3 months. And at that point in time, I'll be able to more accurately say where the court is as far as jury trials and hopefully be able to schedule a jury trial by that time. Ms. Wilson, are you able to retain your own counsel for this matter?
No, ma'am.
Okay. At that point in time, I will I'll also try to have counsel appointed for you on this particular matter to show up at this pretrial hearing. So I'm going to set this matter for a pretrial on March the 25th, 2022. It's going to be at 8:30 a.m. It is going to be via Zoom, the same way you came on today, that same Zoom number. And at that point in time, I should be hopefully able to give you more information towards when we are able to have jury trials back in the courtroom, and we'll be able to schedule accordingly at that point in time. Okay, Ms. Wilson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $0 personal at this time. I am going to have one request though. I need you to attend an AA meeting once a week. Okay, it can be, and some of them are online, but you need to just find one to attend once a week, okay?
You said AA?
Yes, Alcoholic Anonymous meeting, okay?
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Yes, ma'am. I need you to attend those at least once a week, okay? Some of them are still online, some of them are in person. If you go online, you can find one to attend, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If there's nothing further, we'll see you back on March the 25th via Zoom, okay?
Thank you and have a pleasant day.
You too, ma'am, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good day. You're welcome. Miss Washington, you can press *6 on your phone, please.
Judge, I think that was Miss Yancey.
Oh, Miss Yancey, I apologize. Miss Yancey, thank you. Miss Yancey?
Yes,
Okay, can you hear me okay, ma'am?
yes, I can.
Okay,
Good
great.
morning, Judge.
Good morning. I'm gonna call your matter now, okay?
Okay.
All right. This is the matter of the people versus Tracy Yancey. This is ticket number SP11880081. One count driver's license, driving while license suspended. Appearances for the record, please.
Ali Shado, P77614, on behalf of Miss Yancey, who is present via Zoom. Miss Yancey, can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Tracy Yancey.
This is
Your
the date and time set for pretrial. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Miss Yancey would like to take advantage of the plea recommendation, which is to plead guilty to the amended charge of improper plates.
Is that right, Miss Yancey?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes,
right.
Your Honor.
Yes. If so, can you please raise your right hand?
Yes,
Miss Yancey, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes, I do.
You can put your hand down, ma'am. Miss
Okay.
Yancey, did you have an opportunity to talk to an attorney in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes, I did.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for a plea today?
No, no, not at all.
All right. Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, I am.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that by taking this guilty plea today, that you're going to give up any rights that you may have had to have a trial in the future?
Yes,
Understanding all of that, did you still want to move forward with this plea today?
yes, I do.
All right. Ms. Yancey, I want to take you back to the date of April the 15th of 2021. Were you in the area of Patton and West Chicago driving a Pontiac vehicle?
Yes, I was.
And at some point, were you pulled over by the police?
Yes, I was.
And why? And were you driving? And while you were driving, was your license suspended at the time?
Yes, it was.
All right. Satisfied, Attorney Cheeto?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
And the court is satisfied as well and will accept the plea to the amended charge of improper plates at this point in time. Ms. Yancey, are you currently employed?
No, I'm not. I get my SSI check and I'm in the process of trying to move because my mom's lease is up in February or March and I'm trying to move.
Okay, ma'am. All right. Do you still own that vehicle or no?
No, I don't. No.
All right, ma'am, I'm gonna assess a $0 fine at this time. You may have what's called reinstatement fees you'll have to pay on this. I can't do anything about that, but right now I'll give you a break on this ticket, okay?
Oh, thank you so much. Oh,
You're
my
so-
God. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am, okay? You have a good day and good luck with moving, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. Okay. I found the rest of the files, Mary, thank you. They were tucked away in some other stuff.
Okay, some of it was an ROA.
No, I didn't realize that. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna try and get some more folks out, Mr. Cheeto. I'm having a little trouble. Some of them don't come up as, they're just not coming up for me to get them out the room. I don't know why. If you could go in and get Sean Warren and Jerome Washington and Yvonne Washington and tell them all to come back to the room, please.
Will
Oh,
do,
look, I
Judge.
can do it now. Okay, I got Sean. I'm trying to get Sean. Let me see. Maybe my computer rebooted or something. They don't come out, then I'll have you go in there and get them.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Got Sean. Okay. Jerome Washington and Yvonne Washington and Sean Warren. Can you just have them all come out?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right, Mr. Warren, put yourself on mute real quick. We're gonna get two other people, and then do your matter, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I sent over these offers for the show causes, 3 files for the show causes. I sent it to you and the attorney.
Thank you so much.
And Don has the files for any actual factual basis you may need.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, Judge, both of those, Miss Washington and Mr. Washington, Jerome Washington, are both on telephone. Maybe that's why.
And I don't know why we're having this issue with this. We used to be able to automatically bring them back to the room, and now.
And I can tell them if there's, I don't know what code to press on the phone, if there is a code.
I don't think usually we can control bringing them in and out of the courtroom, and it's just not giving me that option anymore.
Should I have them hang up and call back?
Can you ask them to hang up, please, and call back?
Okay.
Tell them I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to put in a request about that.
Judge, are you able to activate that at all, or it just doesn't go down to main session?
It doesn't go down to main session at all. It goes down to the latest room, which is 30.
Yeah.
Bring them out. So, and it's been on the other phone too. That's why I couldn't bring up Yancy today.
Yeah, the same thing is happening, as far as host is concerned.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. I'll ask a question about that to someone and see if I can get some assistance.
Hmm.
In the meantime.
Now, Judge, when I tried room 9, and there is And it was able to, I was able to get down to main session.
Right, and there's somebody in there who's
Hello?
on the phone?
Yeah, Joshua White is in there.
Okay, well, I
Did
have
you-
to figure out what's going on with the other ones. Okay, hello? Is this Mr. Washington?
Yes, it is.
All right. Are you ready, Miss Sandy?
Yes.
This is the matter of the people versus Jerome Washington. This is ticket number P11527521, one count drive unregistered or untitled vehicle, one count improper plates. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel.
Ali Shadow, P77614 on behalf of Mr. Jerome Washington. Mr. Washington, can you please state your name for the record?
Jerome P. Washington.
Ms. Washington, Ms. Yvonne Washington, we're not calling your case just yet, okay? Jerome Washington, please press *6 on your phone to unmute yourself. Okay, Ms. Jerome Washington, Mr. Jerome Washington? All right.
Yes,
Can you state your name for the record one more time?
Jerome P. Washington.
All right, Attorney Cheeto, this is the date and time set for a bench trial in this matter. How are we proceeding?
Judge, I think there's a plea recommendation to dismiss this matter. The police officer called into the courthouse and I spoke to someone and he recommended that this case be dismissed.
It is my understanding that the officer in charge or the officer on this case, Fidel, called the courtroom. He did inform us that you had now registered your vehicle, Mr. Washington, and had proper plates, and it was registered with the state of Michigan Secretary of State's office. So the court is going to dismiss this matter at this time. Mr. Washington, make sure to always have your matters updated so that this doesn't happen and you don't get tickets, okay?
Okay.
All right. If there's
I will,
nothing further,
yes.
that concludes this hearing, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too now. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Sean Warren?
Yes.
All right. Gonna call your matter. This is the matter of the people versus Sean Warren. This is ticket number P11511463. One count open alcohol in a motor vehicle driver. One count tinted windows, front passenger, driver, windshield. And count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shadow, P77614 on behalf of Mr. Warren, who's present via Zoom. Mr. Warren, can you please state your name for the record?
Sean A. Warren.
Judge, this matter was scheduled for trial at 9 o'clock. The complaining witness failed to check in and we're moving to dismiss this matter.
It is now 10:33 a.m. Is there any officer present today for this matter? Any officer present? Hearing none, it is the court will dismiss this matter without prejudice. What that means is that they can refile this if they want to, Mr. Warren, but as of today, you're all set, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Miss Yvonne Washington, please press *6 on your phone, ma'am. Mr. Warren, we can still hear you.
I'm trying to.
Hello?
I'm trying to hang the phone.
I got you. Okay, we're gonna call your case now, Miss Washington, okay?
Yes.
All right. These are the matters of the people versus Yvonne Washington. This is case number 144528845. Count 1, drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Count 2, drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Count 3, drive while license not valid or improper license. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel.
Alicia P77614 on behalf of Miss Yvonne Washington, who's present via Zoom. Miss Washington, can you please state your name for the record?
Yvonne Delicia Washington.
And Your Honor, for arraignment purposes, Miss Washington's gonna stand mute and waive formal reading.
At this time, the court is going to enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf.
And Judge, Miss Washington would like to schedule a bench trial for this matter.
Okay, is that right, Ms. Washington?
Yes.
Okay, if so, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down, Ms. Washington. Did you have an opportunity to speak with an attorney in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes, I did.
And he's informing me right now that you would like to have a bench trial. That's a trial before myself as the trier and finder of the facts in this particular matter. Is that how you want to proceed?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to set this for a bench trial on the date of April the 25th, 2022. That's going to be at 9 a.m. It is going to be via Zoom. Now, by that point in time, you can't just be on the phone. I need you to actually have the app downloaded because I have to physically be able to see you for the bench trial. So that gives you a few months to be able to figure out or have someone assist you with getting that Zoom app so that we can physically see you for the bench trial. I'm going to set your bond at $0 personal. Did you have a question, Ms. Washington?
I was going to ask you, so is this the paper that I used that I got from 36th District Court when I went to pay my ticket? Is this the Zoom piece of paper I have to use?
Yes, Zoom is going to be an application that you can either download on a phone or a computer so that you can be able to get it. So it's going to be that same meeting ID number that you used today. It's the same one for the Zoom here. Bench trial, okay?
Okay.
Yep. All right, and I'm going to set your bond at $0 personal. You're welcome, ma'am. And if you have nothing further, then this concludes this hearing.
Okay. See you the 25th. Thank you.
Yep, April the 25th. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I can get Tommy. Mr. Tommy Williams doesn't look like he's logged on anymore right now.
Oh, he was telephone too. I believe he was telephone.
I don't see him anymore. Do you see him, Mr. Cheeto?
No, Judge.
Okay, well, we'll just put that to the side, okay? Do you have any other of these individuals who are in there that you've already spoken to?
I spoke to Charvey Williams and Gramella Williams.
Okay, let me try and get them out. All right, let's see if they respond. We'll give them a few seconds. If they don't, then I think you've been sent some more offers and you can go in there and talk to those folks. There they are. Both of them came out. Great. Okay. Miss Charvey Williams, do you have anybody you can set your baby with or no?
Yeah, just 1 second.
Okay, no problem.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was about to say it's all right. Do you need a moment, Miss Williams? You got muted somehow. Let me see.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
the kids is here. It's virtual school, so it's crazy.
I understand. I understand. All right, we're gonna try and get your matter out the way then, okay?
Okay.
These are the matters of the people versus Sharvia Williams. This is case number SP 102-10102. One count drove unregistered or untitled vehicle. Case number 194914051. One count no operator's license on person. Case number SP 102-10103. No insurance misdemeanor. U ticket 38266-317. Parental neglect without proper supervision. Case number SP 102-10101, drove while license suspended. And case number SP 8751181, one count allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please. Ms. Williams, when you're not on the mute button.
Okay.
Alex Cheeto, P77614 on behalf of Ms. Williams, who is present via Zoom. Ms. Williams, can you please state your name for the record? You can unmute and state your name for the record.
Yes, my name is Sharvia Williams.
And Judge, Ms. Williams would like to take advantage of the plea recommendation, which is to plead guilty to the unregistered untitled motor vehicle and to plead guilty to the amended charge of, no operator's license on person. And the unregistered untitled motor vehicle is going to be amended to improper plates. The remaining matters are going to be dismissed.
Is that your understanding, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, you want to take advantage? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Ms. Williams, did you have an opportunity to speak with an attorney? That would have been Mr. Cheeto in private about your case and about your rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for a plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
And do you understand that by taking this guilty plea today, that you're going to give up any rights that you may have had to have a trial in the future?
Yes.
Understanding all of this, did you still want to move forward with this plea today?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Williams, I want to take you back to the date of March the 14th of 2019. Were you at that time driving a GMC vehicle in the area of West Chicago and the Haley in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And while you were
Yes.
driving that vehicle, did you not have an operator's license on you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Also, I want to take you to the date of September the 1st of 2019. Were you in the area of Burt Road in West Chicago driving that same GMC vehicle?
Yes.
And while you were driving that vehicle, was your car unregistered or untitled at the time?
Yes.
Satisfied, Attorney Cheeto?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
And is there a stipulation for probable cause on the remaining counts?
So stipulated.
Williams, you can mute yourself.
Okay.
All right. Is there a stipulation for the remaining counts to be dismissed?
So stipulated.
So at this time, the court is going to enter a plea to drive unregistered or untitled vehicle and the amended charge of improper plates on case ending in 405 count 1, and dismiss the remaining matters that were called on this docket today. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Miss Williams, I'm gonna need you to unmute for a moment, but listen to my question before you do. Are you currently employed?
No, I'm not.
Do you have a source of income or no?
No, not right now at the time. No.
Okay. If I assess a fine in the amount of $200, would you be able to come up with that?
I could try my best. Yes, I'm trying to get employment now. It's just been hard during this pandemic. Kids been getting sick, colds, and it's been hard.
Did you need some assistance with trying to get some employment, or are you looking on your own?
Right now I'm waiting for them to call me back. They pulled my application and everything, and they said that I will be able to do the orientation and everything, but they haven't got back with me just of yet.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
so
yeah,
it's okay. I understand. I was about to say, if he's being quiet, it's all right. I understand, Miss Williams. There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, they virtual, and he's supposed to be in there.
I know.
Work.
It's okay. Just take a deep breath, Miss Williams. It's okay. Just take a deep breath. It's all you can do right now. Okay.
Yes.
No. All right. So I'm gonna waive your costs and fines today. You don't have to. You probably have what's called reinstatement fees to try and get your license. I can't do anything about that, but I can at least help you out by not charging you anything additional today. Okay. Good luck with your job. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.
Miss Jamila Williams.
Yes.
All right. Sit up for me, ma'am. There you go. All right. You ready? This is the matter of the people versus Jamila Williams. This is ticket number 409295. One count, no insurance. One count, improper plates. One count, unregistered motor vehicle. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ali Shadow, P77614, on behalf of Miss Gramella Williams, who's present via Zoom. Miss Williams, can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Jermella Williams.
Your Honor, Miss Jamila Williams would like to take advantage, would like to schedule this matter for a bench trial.
Is that right, Miss Williams?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Williams, I don't know why your elbows look like that. Are you sitting up all the way? Sit up all the way.
I'm just in a low chair. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Miss Williams, did you have an opportunity to speak with an attorney in private? That would have been Mr. Tito about your case and about your rights?
Yes.
And he's informing me that you want to have a bench trial. That's a trial before myself as the trier and the finder of facts. Is that how you want to proceed, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. If so, I'm going to set this matter for a bench trial on the date of April the 25th, 2022. It's going to be at 9 a.m. It is going to be via Zoom. Okay. So you log back in the same way that you did today. I'm going to set your bond at $0 personal, and I'll see you back on April the 25th if you have nothing further.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. I think you got some more offers. I see 1, 2, 3.
I do. I'm missing one for Miss Nia Williams. I just wanted to let the clerk know. And I'm going to go ahead and go back and speak with people.
Go ahead, talk to the people. I have it if you need it, Mr. Tito.
Judge, can I speak with Mr. Royal for a moment?
Yes. Go ahead. Mr. Attorney Royal?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Royal. This is Sandy Wilson. I received that along with the note that you didn't get the transcript. I emailed that to you. Did you check your junk mail? Maybe it went there, but I'll send it again if you want me to.
I'll check for it. If I can't find it, I'll send you a text.
Okay, well, I'll send it anyway when we finish court.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know if you do find it before then, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Tito,
Yes, Judge.
okay, on Nia Williams,
Yes,
the
Judge.
offer is going to be on her ticket ending in 427. She can plead to that as improper plates. And then I'll just miss the remaining tickets. One of them is from 2012.
Okay. And then there was actually one more for Mr. Edward Watkins. I didn't see him in there, but he's there in the breakout room.
You said Edward Watkins?
Yeah, he's scheduled for 8:30.
Okay, and his can be improper plates as well.
Okay.
On count one, we'll dismiss count two.
Okay, thanks, Judge. Right
You're
back.
welcome. Okay.
Judge, may I speak with Mr. Royal again?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Royal,
Yes, ma'am.
I do apologize. I just went through my emails and I did not send that to you. I'm sending it to you right now, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you for your help.
My apologies.
No problem.
That's wonderful. Toss it. Toss it, please. You know, this thing is history. This crisis has allowed some.
Ms. Nakia Wallace?
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Oh, I see. Okay, you're here with Mr. Royal. All right.
Madam Clerk,
Yes,
is the prosecutor still in the courtroom?
he just stepped out.
I sent him an email with the documents that I received from Miss Wright, Melitha Wright, and Mr. Andre Wright.
Okay, he just stepped out. I'll let him know when he comes back.
Okay.
Attorney Chief, did you talk to everybody else besides those two that you need possible new offers for? Okay,
Yes, Judge, I did.
okay.
Joshua White, Charles Williams, Edward Watkins, Naya Williams.
Okay, I can do. Let me see. Hold on a minute. Did you talk to Malika White too?
Malika White?
Yeah, I said, yeah, Malika Wright.
Malika, right. I did. I have documentation for her. I sent it to the prosecutor via email.
Okay, that's one of the persons. So you sent documentation for her. You sent it for someone else too.
And Andre Wright.
And Andre Wright. Okay. And then I need him for a couple of these because I can't make factual basis. But I can at least do Nia Williams and Edward Watkins.
Hold on, Mel. Wait a minute. Can you hear me now?
Yes. You ready, Mr. Watkins?
Yes, ma'am.
You ready, Miss Sandy?
Sorry, Judge.
Okay. This is the matter of the people versus Edward Watkins. This is ticket number X3319962. One count, no operator's license on person. One count, violation of the seatbelt law, driver. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shiedo, P77614, on behalf of Mr. Watkins, who is present via Zoom. Mr. Watkins, can you please state your name for the record?
Edward Watkins III.
Judge, for arraignment purposes, Mr. Watkins is going to stand mute, waive formal reading.
At this time, the court is going to enter a plea of not guilty on your client's behalf. How are we proceeding?
Judge, Mr. Watkins would actually like to schedule a bench trial date.
Miss Mary?
Yes, Your Honor.
You looking on that 4/25, is that still a good day for me to put bench trials?
I'm sorry, Ms. Taylor, are you talking to me?
No, hold tight.
That's Judge.
Okay.
Judge.
Can we switch to April 26th?
I can, thank you. Mr. Watkins, can you please raise your right hand for me?
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Watkins, did you have an opportunity to speak with an attorney in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes.
And it's my understanding that you want to have a bench trial. That's a trial before myself as the trier and finder of the facts, in which I would make a decision based on the testimony. Is that how you want to proceed and the law?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to set this for a bench trial on the date of April the 26th, 2022. That's going to be at 9 a.m. Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $0 personal. And you might want to be in a location where you're not at work at that time. Okay. I understand. But you might want to not work. Okay. So $0 personal, April the 26th, 2022 at 9 a.m. Okay.
April 26th at 9 a.m. Okay.
All right. If there's nothing further, that concludes this hearing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day. All right, Ms. Williams, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
These are the matters of the people versus Nia Williams. This is ticket number P1100427. One count driver's license never acquired. Ticket number P841648. One count failed to display a valid operator's license, not on person. One count no insurance misdemeanor. Also ticket number 12493325. One count no operator's license on person. One count uninsured motor vehicle. One count unregistered motor vehicle. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shiedo, P77614, on behalf of Ms. Nia Williams, who is present via Zoom. Ms. Williams, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Nia Nishan Williams.
Judge, for purposes of arraignment, Ms. Nia Williams would like to stand mute, waive formal reading.
At this time, the court is going to enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf. How are we proceeding?
And Judge, she would like to take advantage of the plea recommendation, which is to plead to the amended charge of improper plates and having the remaining counts dismissed.
Is that right, Ms. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if so, can you please raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Ms. Williams, did you have an opportunity to speak with an attorney in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that by taking this guilty plea today, that you're going to give up any rights that you may have had to have a trial in the future?
Yes, ma'am.
Understanding all of this, did you still want to move forward today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Williams, I want to take you back to the date of July the 25th of 2020. Were you in the area of East Jefferson and Shane Streets in the city of Detroit, driving a Buick vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And while you were driving that vehicle, did you not have a driver's license because you never acquired it?
Yes, ma'am.
You did not have it, correct?
No, ma'am.
All right. Satisfied, Attorney Cheeto?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
And is there a stipulation for probable cause on the remaining counts to be dismissed at this time?
So stipulated.
So at this time, the court is going to enter a plea to the amended charge of improper plates on ticket number 1100427 and dismiss the remaining counts and tickets that were called on this record today. Ms. Williams, are you currently employed?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. I'm going to assess a fine today in the amount of $200. I'm going to give you 60 days to be able to pay that. Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to have it due. My clerk prepared me a sheet and I seem to have put it someplace. I'm going to make it due no later than. Give me one moment. Found it. No later than March the 7th of 2022, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That'll give you enough time to pay that, ma'am?
It will.
Okay, all right, have that due March 7th, 2022. Thank you so much, and that concludes this hearing.
Thank you as well.
You're welcome. Have a good day, okay?
You have a better one.
All right, thank you.
Do I go back to the breakout
No,
room?
no, you're all set, ma'am. You can go ahead and sign off. Your matter is concluded. We took care of everything.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Taylor.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day. It's okay, Mr. Cheeto. I know. She was being respectful. Your face was like, no. It's okay. Did Mr. Prosecutor come back into the courtroom yet?
No, he did not, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, we all have to exercise a little patience. I need him for the rest of the matters that we have to go on. So Mr. Cheeto and Mr. Royal, as soon as he gets back in the courtroom, we can handle the rest of the matters for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you get that email, Mr. Royal?
I have to look. Hold on one second. Ms. Wilson, I'm afraid I don't see it. What email address are you using?
Oh, okay, hold on one moment. Did you check your junk mail?
No.
Okay, the email that I used
Yeah,
is,
I've got it. I've got it.
was it in junk?
Yep.
Wow. You know what? I sent an email to someone else yesterday and it went to junk. So I don't know what's going on with my settings that's making it do that.
Obviously, the internet gods are messing with your with your emails.
Yeah, I thought I'd been a good girl. Santa thought I was.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. That Santa's the ultimate authority.
Okay, good. I'm glad you got it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes,
No, ignore the chat. John just walked in. I sent you a chat.
okay.
I don't know which one they want to stop.
Okay. So Judge, I have the files for Charles Williams, Joshua White, and Mary Walton. So just whichever one you want me to call for the factual basis, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. What about Andre Wright?
Not have that file. I know Mr. Cheeto did send me a message about that one.
No, we don't have that.
We don't have that one, Judge.
We don't have that one?
Oh, I do have that one. Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
Okay, I'm going to close out the room so we can do the rest of the matters. All right. Mr. Andre Wright, I'll call your matter first. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Are you the judge?
I am.
You look different from the last time. That's why I was asking.
This is the matter of the people versus Andre Wright. This is ticket number P11633870. One count drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shadow, P77614, on behalf of Mr. Wright, who's present via Zoom. Mr. Wright, can you please state your name for the record?
Andre Wright.
Judge, I provided the prosecution with valid documentation from the Secretary of State regarding Mr. Wright's vehicle, and we're asking the prosecution if he's agreeable to dismiss this matter for valid documentation.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Gillis, P79500 on behalf of the people. I did receive the email from Mr. Cheeto, and what I have in front of me is a Secretary of State odometer mileage statement. So it basically it's like an affidavit of the amount of mileage on the vehicle.
I understand
I'm not
that.
sure.
Hold on, Mr. Wright. You can't interrupt the prosecutor and have a
okay, I'm
discussion.
sorry. Sorry about that.
So it's my understanding that the vehicle was totaled during the flooding that occurred this summer, but the documentation I have doesn't necessarily confirm that. So I was wondering if maybe Mr. Wright had additional documentation, or if we gave him a new date, if he'd be able, there'd be anything he'd maybe be able to obtain to verify, what his allegation is, and then we could reconsider the offer at that time.
Judge, I'll be requesting a new date for Mr. Wright so that he can go back to Secretary of State and obtain additional documentation.
Okay. If I give him the date of March the 25th, 2022, would that be enough time for you to get that documentation, sir?
Judge, we spoke about this the last time, and this is the only documentation I can get. As I told the attorney that the Secretary of State, because the car was total loss, the Secretary of State doesn't have the title.
Mr. Wright, you have my cell phone number. Give me a call after. I'll help you get that documentation.
That's okay. If it's possible, I'll just pay the ticket because I don't have time to keep coming back. So whatever the ticket price is, can you just let me know? Because I don't, this COVID is bad, and me running back and forth out in the streets and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mr. Wright would like to take advantage of the plea recommendation, which is to plead to the improper plates.
Okay. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Wright, did you have an opportunity to talk to an attorney in private today about your case and about your rights?
I spoke with the gentleman earlier and he told me about, yeah.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for this plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
To be honest, I'm not guilty, but yeah.
Okay, well, we can set this for a bench trial. Okay. Or a jury trial. It's your choice.
Okay, but that's not, Judge.
No, but you said you were not guilty, so I can't take anything now.
Oh, okay, well, that's fine. What, jury trial? I guess, I don't know.
I having jury trials in our building right now. They're currently suspended, so it may be a while. So would you like to have a bench trial?
Bench trial, that'll be over Zoom?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
We can set this for a bench trial on the date of April the 26th of 2022. That'll be at 9 a.m. I'm going to set this at $0 personal. If you're able to provide documentation by this time, I'm sure they will honor something else at that point in time as well. If there's nothing further, this does conclude this hearing.
Can I say something?
No. Just stay quiet, Mr. Wright, and then just try to get your documentation ready for the next court hearing.
I'll just, okay.
Thank you.
All right. Is this it?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Miss Melita Wright. Miss Melita Wright. Miss Melita Wright. Melita Wright. Okay. Miss Charles Wills, Mr. Charles William.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. These are the matters of the people versus Charles Williams. This is ticket number SP 1179990. Count 2, improper plates. Count 3, unregistered or untitled vehicle. Also calling case number SP 11805261. 1 count, no insurance misdemeanor. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shiedo, P77614, on behalf of Mr. Charles Williams, who's present via Zoom. Mr. Williams, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Charles Williams.
Your Honor, Mr. Williams would like to take advantage of the plea recommendation, which is to dismiss all the matters that are before this court today.
Right. Well, seeing that that is the offer at this point in time, sir, the court is going to grant that and dismiss these matters before it. That must mean that you had all your documentation. Make sure that you always have your documentation, sir, okay? Always.
Yes,
up to date.
I appreciate it.
All right, if there's nothing further, this does conclude this hearing. Thank you. You're all set, sir.
I had a question.
Okay, Mr. Williams, what's going on?
When I went yesterday to pay my ticket, she said that I had another bench warrant ticket, and they told me to ask y'all if y'all could clear it off for me.
You have another bench warrant out there?
$1 in proper place.
Okay. Did you have a ticket number?
Yes, it's 184-989-651.
659?
651.
I can't hear him.
I know, I'm gonna send it to you in the thing. Put yourself on mute. I'm gonna continue with our docket. After we finish it, I'm gonna give you a phone. Oh, well, no, because we might have to take the, we might have to actually take it. Put yourself on mute, okay? Mr. Williams?
Okay. Yes, yes.
I'm gonna send it to you and I'm gonna continue on with the docket, Mary.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that, Judge. He didn't tell me that he had another ticket. I would have.
It's okay. Miss Wright, you have your hand raised. I called you. You gotta unmute yourself though.
Judge, she sent a chat and saying that it's not allowing her to unmute. It says that the host has to unmute her. As the message says, host won't allow me to unmute. I sent her a message, you know, I pressed please unmute or asked to unmute. So I did it again. Maybe she should just hang up and sign back on.
Yes, Miss Wright, you may have to hang up and sign back on. Ask to unmute. I don't know why it's giving me that request.
Yeah.
We know you're here, Miss Wright. We just can't. We're asking you to unmute and it's not allowing you to. So you may have to sign off and sign back on. Here is the matter of the people versus Joshua White. Mr. White, can you unmute yourself, please, and show your camera? Mr. White? Okay, I see you, ma'am. Okay. Are you Melissa? Right?
Sure.
Okay, you gotta get closer to it. We can't, I gotta have you right on it because I can barely hear you right now, okay? You're okay, Miss Will? Okay. All right. This is the matter of the people versus Melissa Wright. This is ticket number P11875515. One count drove while license suspended, one count no insurance misdemeanor. Also ticket number P118770, one count defective brake light. No, you got to, Miss Ma'am, you got to go to someplace. It's too loud where you are.
What's that? Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Ticket number P118777, one count defective brake light. One count, you have to put yourself on mute. It's just really loud where you are.
Can you hear me now?
I can, that's much, much better. Okay, all right. Ticket number P118777, one count defective brake lights, one count defective windshield, one count expired plates. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shado, P77614, on behalf of Miss Melissa Wright, who's present via Zoom. Miss Wright, can you please state your name for the record?
Melissa Wright.
Your Honor, for Miss Wright, I submitted some valid documentation for her tickets, and I haven't heard back from the prosecutor.
Okay. Attorney Gillis.
Your Honor, for Miss Wright, we do have a valid license and valid insurance.
Okay. What about did she get the brake light fixed and the defective windshield, the crack in the windshield?
She wasn't able to provide me with documentation of that.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, the prosecution would be willing to dismiss the two matters where she's shown documentation and amend one of the civil infractions to a blockading. If that would be okay?
Does she want to take advantage of that?
Yes.
Okay. If so, ma'am, will you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Ms. Wright, did you have an opportunity to speak with an attorney in private today about your case and about your rights?
Yes.
And we're offering today, or what's being offered today, is a plea of responsible to a blockading. It's a 0 point of fee. I do have to assess a fine, but I'll give you some time to pay if you need more time than the statute allows for. Okay, Ms. Wright?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then on the date of April the 16th of 2021, in the area of Mound Road and East 7 Mile in the city of Detroit, Ms. Wright was driving a Lincoln vehicle and she was blocking traffic. Satisfied, Attorney Keto?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
And is there a stipulation for probable cause for the remaining counts to be dismissed?
So stipulated.
So at this time, the court is going to enter a plea to count 1 of ticket ending in 770, and dismiss the remaining 2 civil infractions on that ticket, as well as ticket number P11871515 in its entirety. Ms. Wright, the fine for blockading is $75. You're given 14 days to pay that. Is that going to be too soon for you to pay that, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Okay, have that paid in 14 days. So that puts you at the date of it's 14 days. The the 20th of January, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If there's nothing
So
further,
it's no points, right?
Yes.
no points. Yep, no points.
I've been
No.
waiting 30 years for this license. I'm trying to keep it.
I understand. I was about to say 0 points, ma'am. I know, with no points, okay? I appreciate you getting your license too, so we're gonna help you keep it as much as possible.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let me get her. All right. No. Yes.
Oh, Your Honor, I was just gonna state on Charles Williams, the one we called, we did find the additional matter. It's a state matter from 2018 and improper plates.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Williams?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna call this matter. This is the matter of the people versus Charles Williams. This is case number 184989651, one count of improper plates. This is the date and the time on an arraignment on a bench warrant. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Ali Shado, P77614, on behalf of Mr. Charles Williams, who's present via Zoom. Mr. Williams, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Charles Williams.
All right.
Your Honor, for arraignment purposes, Mr. Williams will be standing mute, waiving formal reading.
At this time, the court is going to enter a plea of not guilty on your client's behalf. Mr. Williams, because you have documentation now, I know you waited a long time to get all your documentation, but the court is going to dismiss this case so that you can try and move forward with everything that you have, okay?
You honor. God bless you. Thank you.
No problem, okay? Keep all your stuff valid, keep moving forward, and make sure you keep everything up to date so that you don't have to deal with these issues. You see, we always keep them as the court, and so they just stick with you until the end, okay?
I see that, and I'm headed to the next county to take care of that next.
I figured as much. Okay, take care of this remaining business. The court is going to dismiss that matter. So if you have any reinstatement fees on the ticket though, you may have to pay those. So just know that you may have to pay additional money, but I'll dismiss the ticket today so that you can continue moving forward on this, okay?
Thank you. And how would I find out about the reinstatement fees? Because I was trying to clear everything up.
If you give us a couple of days, you'll be able to look it up on 36districtcourt.org and you'll be able to see whether or not there are any fees or fines left for you to pay on these tickets, okay? They'll pop up everything that's left, any fees, fines, any Secretary of State, things that you need to pay through the court to get that clearance, it'll come up, but give us a couple of days to get into the computer system, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, if there's nothing further, that concludes this hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
God bless.
Joshua White, Joshua White. Joshua White. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Cheeto. I have a hearing. I'm gonna do the hearing. I'm gonna see if he actually comes on. So if you could just hold tight for me while I have this hearing and we'll see what happens.
Yes,
Are
Judge.
you ready? Are you ready? Are the attorneys ready on the hearing for today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
One second, let me get the file. These are the matters of the people versus Nakia Wallace. This is Z ticket 808261, count 1, interference with government employee performing their duty, count 2, loitering, impeding pedestrian and or vehicle traffic. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Gillis, P79500 on behalf of people of the city of Detroit.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court. John Royal, bar number P27800, appearing as attorney of record on behalf of the defendant, Nakia Wallace. Ms. Wallace is present on Zoom, and I'd ask her to state her name and identify herself.
Nakia Wallace.
We're here today for a motion hearing that was put forth by prosecution. So I'll let the prosecutor make any statements he wants to make. Mr. Royal, I'll give you the opportunity to respond. And then counsel, prosecution will have the last because it is his motion.
Can I make a suggestion, Judge?
Yes.
There's 2 motions pending on this court's docket to dismiss these cases on constitutional grounds. And I filed my reply briefs on each of them on December 10th, and I renoticed each of them for hearing today. If the court wanted to proceed with those motions and grant them, that would dismiss these matters and it would make it moot as to whether or not we need an evidentiary hearing or there's going to be any kind of an appeal.
Okay. All right. So which motions did you want me to rule on?
Well, I'm suggesting the motion to dismiss the loitering charge, which is one motion, and the motion to dismiss the interfering charge, which is a separate motion. I renoticed those for hearing today after we had scheduled this date at the request of the city.
I have the retaliatory persecution. I'm trying to see if I have those ones.
Your Honor, it was my understanding that today would just be the motion for stay of proceedings, and that the motions on the merits of the case would be heard at a later time.
That was my understanding too, but we can argue them. Are you prepared if you have a copy of them to argue them?
Your Honor, I mean, I guess to be truthful, probably I prefer to not. And I guess the other thing I would say, kind of similar to what Mr. Royal said, is depending on the outcome of the motion to stay proceedings, those might, I don't want to say moot, but they might be better heard at a later time.
Response, counsel?
Well, as I indicated, I filed a renotice of hearing of these motions for today. But if the city and the court are not prepared to proceed with them, then I guess we can't proceed with them. I was hoping to avoid the debate over the stay of proceedings and the evidentiary hearing.
I'll say this as lightly as I can. I don't know, Mr. Royal, if you want me to rule on those right now, or if you want me to keep them open at this point in time to see what the upper courts say.
Well, if the court and the prosecutor are not prepared to go forward, then we should probably not deal with them at this time.
Now, I will ask you this, Ms. Attorney Royal. The differ in them as I read those two. Well, let me call this case because we didn't even call it yet, did we?
Yes,
Oh, yes,
we
we
did.
did. I'm sorry. The difference in the just wanting an automatic dismissal versus the retaliatory prosecution matters. What differentiates these two matters from one another? From my reading and my understanding, it's all in one.
No, the other two motions have different grounds for dismissal. They're each based on the constitutional challenge to the ordinance as written in each case. So that's a separate issue, distinct from the issue of retaliatory prosecution. The challenge to the ordinances does not require any kind of evidentiary hearing or findings of fact. It's strictly an argument based on the application of the law to the ordinances as written. Retaliatory prosecution requires the court to make certain findings of fact, which is why the court has scheduled the evidentiary hearing for next Friday.
Let me make sure I have every single motion that you filed, Mr. Royal. What motions have you filed?
I've actually filed 5 motions.
Okay.
The one is for preservation and disclosure of discovery. The next is the motion to dismiss for retaliatory prosecution. And then I filed a motion to dismiss the loitering charge and a separate motion to dismiss the interfering charge. And then when the city filed their responses to those motions late, I filed a 5th motion to strike their responses as untimely filed.
So I have your response. Motion to preserve and disclose discovery. Okay, I have that motion. And you filed briefs with each one of them, correct? So it was notices and then briefs?
Yes, well, they each had a brief attached, and then I filed a reply brief in each one after the city responded.
I have the discovery. Give me 1 second. I feel like I'm missing one of your motions. Off the record for a minute. All right. Back in the record. You ready, Miss Sandy? Okay. Thank you for that brief moment. I want to make sure that the court had all the motions because there were responses to the motions for each one of these matters. The court is ready to hear the matter that was originally scheduled for the docket today, the matter to stay. So I'll just be taking arguments for that. I understand your concern, Mr. Royal, but I'd rather not move forward if it's all going to end up just coming back anyways. So I'll hear arguments on the motion to stay today.
Thank you, Ron.
All right. All right, Mr. Gillis, you can proceed.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. This is the plaintiff, City of Detroit's motion to stay proceedings. Your Honor, we were last here on this matter on November 9th, 2021 for an adjourned motion hearing on two motions, but more specifically to the matter at hand, defendant's motion to dismiss because of retaliatory prosecution and motion for evidentiary. On November 29th, Your Honor ordered that the City of Detroit Law Department, former Corporation Counsel Lawrence Garcia, Chief of Criminal Enforcement and Quality of Life Division Douglas Baker, and Supervising Assistant.
I'm sorry, Judge, I'm sorry. On my end, I'm getting more like an echo. John, can you move closer to the microphone on the monitor?
Yes. I'm at the podium. The one by the monitor would be better.
Yes, please.
Absolutely, Ms. Andy.
Thank you. I apologize. The last thing that I heard is Lawrence Garcia.
I think that might also help a little bit. Okay, so
Much better. Thank you.
you're welcome. So
Garcia.
on November 29th, Your Honor ordered that the City of Detroit Law Department former Corporation Counsel Lawrence Garcia, Chief of Criminal Enforcement and Quality of Life Division Douglas Baker, and Supervising Assistant Corporation Counsel Shannon Walker all appear to testify at an evidentiary hearing scheduled for next Friday, January 14th, 2022. To accompany this verbal order, Your Honor issued a written order on December 20th, 2021, directing those individuals to testify next week. It is the plaintiff's belief that the court does not possess the requisite authority to compel the testimony of these three individuals. And as a result, we will be filing a interlocutory claim of appeal with the Wayne County Circuit Court most likely tomorrow. We just had to reference the outcome of this current hearing within the appeal before it could be filed. And I would note, I apologize, as Mr. Royal did point out in his reply correctly, I did cite the wrong court rule. I cited Michigan Court Rule 7.209E1 as the authority on stay of proceedings. And I apologize, I did err. It's actually Michigan Court Rule 7.108 governs stay of proceedings in district court matters. And I did not mean to ambush Mr. Royal. If he does need further time to reply on the correct rule, I have no objection to that. But I do believe the rule is pretty straightforward, and I will just quote the applicable part to the court. So Michigan Court Rule 7.108 governing stay of proceedings, subsection 1, it states a motion for bond or a stay pending appeal may not be filed in the circuit court unless such a motion was first decided by the trial court. So that is why we are here, Your Honor. We are asking for a stay of appeal so that the Wayne County Circuit Court can review this matter on an appellate basis. And as with that being said, we would respectfully request that this honorable court grant our motion.
Attorney Royal.
Your Honor, I understand that under the court rule cited, that you have the authority to grant a stay of proceedings upon a proper request. The city has not made a proper request. We had this hearing, as Mr. Gillis indicated, on November 29th. The court identified the witnesses it wanted to have available for the evidentiary hearing. It scheduled the hearing for next Friday, January 14th. And the city attorney did not pose any objection or raise any issue about the court's authority to schedule this hearing. The purpose of the appellate court system in Michigan is for a higher court to review a decision of a lower court. The city attorney has not presented to this court any legal reason why this evidentiary hearing cannot go forward. After the November 29th, they did not file any written objection to the court's scheduling of this hearing. They have not filed a motion for reconsideration. And the first notice I had that there was anything afoot was when I got contacted by this court's court clerk, who told me that she'd been asked by the city attorney's office to schedule a motion hearing. And I asked her for what motion, and she didn't know. She wasn't told. And then I was contacted by this court's court reporter, Ms. Wilson, who told me that the city attorney had ordered 2 transcripts. And I asked her, did they want these transcripts for an appeal? And she said they didn't mention anything about why they wanted the transcripts. So then the next thing I hear is on December 23rd, I get a motion for a stay of proceedings. So I'm reading this motion for stay of proceedings, and it doesn't cite any law about the propriety of calling these witnesses to testify. And in paragraph 10, it says, plaintiff believes this honorable court does not possess the requisite authority to compel the testimony of Mr. Garcia, Mr. Baker, or Ms. Walker on the issue of retaliatory prosecution. That's the same phrase Mr. Gillis used here, requisite authority. As far as I know, Judge, you were sworn in as a judge. You're sitting on the bench. You're wearing a black robe. What requisite authority do you need in addition to that? You have the authority to schedule an evidentiary hearing and to indicate what witnesses should appear. The city has not cited any statute, case law, or case indicating that there's any limitation on this court's authority to schedule an evidentiary hearing in response to a proper motion. The motion that I've filed to dismiss these cases based on retaliatory prosecution cites U.S. Supreme Court authority that says that in an appropriate case, trial courts do have the authority to dismiss cases that were brought pursuant to a retaliatory motive. And that calls into question the motivation and decision-making process of the prosecutor's office. So that's why I asked for these three witnesses based upon my knowledge of their position in the chain of command in the city law department. The city law department has not alleged that these are not the witnesses who made this decision to re-prosecute Ms. Wallace. They've not suggested there are other people who were involved in that decision. They've not proved any legal authority that would justify an appeal. They're asking this court, excuse me, to stay proceedings in this matter, violating my client's right to a speedy trial based upon a frivolous allegation that has no legal support or authority. And that means that they are not putting forward a legitimate reason why this court should grant a stay of proceedings. They haven't filed an appeal yet. It's now been almost 45 days since the courts made this decision back on November 29th. So we don't know what their legal basis is for this appeal, other than the fact that they're claiming you don't have the requisite authority to compel the testimony of witnesses when you clearly do. So because this is a frivolous request and based upon the other arguments I made in my brief, I'm asking the court to deny this motion. The city has the authority, if they file an appeal, to take this up before a circuit court judge and ask them to grant a stay. But I don't see that a stay should be granted based upon a frivolous allegation that you don't have the requisite authority to compel testimony from witnesses who clearly have relevant testimony to provide on the disputed issues before the court. So we ask the court to deny the motion for stay.
Response?
Your Honor, what Mr. Royal is asking, or excuse me, what defense is asking is that we provide the basis and articulate our arguments that will be included in the appellate brief. That is not what we are here for today. We're here for a motion to stay proceedings, not oral argument on appeal, which is what Mr. Royal basically is asking us to do. We do have a basis, you know, we have an appellate brief. We have plenty of legal authority cited within that, but it is not our responsibility to share that in a motion to stay proceedings. Thank you.
Okay. I would say that it does concern the court that I am unaware of what those bases are for why this matter needs to be stayed at this particular time. Based on the record and from the transcripts that the court was able to read, I do think that the upper courts are going to have some concern about why this motion is being filed so early on in the proceedings without really a true understanding and basis for why I am not given, or why I don't have the authority to do such a thing as request testimony to be taken in this particular matter. There were arguments heard on the original date. The arguments were heard were October the 1st, where everyone had the opportunity to make quite lengthy arguments for their particular sides. And then after reading through the documents and seeing which motions had been filed, the court then, without making a ruling on anything as of yet, did want to hear some testimony at that point in time. Attorney Royal, I had the opportunity to read, I read everyone's brief, but I did have the opportunity to read the brief and understand that there was a similar case that took place, but the stay was requested much later in the proceedings. Quite frankly, I know that the court does have the authority to say that we won't grant a stay, but early on in the proceedings, I struggle only with the fact that from the court's perspective, I don't know that the city prosecutor's office, with what they've provided the court with, do have a basis, but I also don't know that they don't have a basis at this point in time. And as opposed to us being too far into these proceedings, us taking on testimony and then the potentially ability for it not to be withstand or to delay the proceedings any further after we have that testimony taken on the record, if allowed to, does concern this court. Within what time frame would the filings be made to the court higher jurisdiction if this motion was granted?
Your Honor, the claim of appeal, we plan on filing it tomorrow.
Puts me, give me 1 second. And typically I don't, I said that I would give prosecutor the last word, but Mr. Royal, so this court is candor with this knowledge. At this point in time, we can't have any jury trials in the courthouse until further notice. So I guess I pose this question to you. At this point in time, by us handling these matters when we're in such a COVID situation, what harm will it bring to your client by staying these proceedings?
Well, it violates the right to speedy trial. In my response brief, I summarized the chronology of the previous case involving the social justice activists who were arrested for protesting the Hummer Corporation's cutting off water supply to Detroit citizens. That case, the city attorney's office kept appealing because they had been assigned to a judge who basically would give them anything they wanted, even if it was illegal. And I attached the Court of Appeals order that said that one of his orders to stay proceeding, to stay a jury trial that was about ready to go to the jury, was illegally issued. And then the case ended up going almost 3 years, and finally Judge Giles dismissed it for violation of my client's right to a speedy trial. My client does have a right to a speedy trial, and I understand that the city has a legal right to file appeals on a non-frivolous basis. But to say that they are under no obligation to inform this court as to the legal basis of their appeal in support of a motion to stay proceedings, which is a very serious matter, is frankly absurd. They have an obligation to present this issue to this court and get a decision before appealing, and they have an obligation to persuade this court that this is a meritorious issue, or arguably meritorious issue, that they want to raise in the circuit court. They haven't done that. To say this court doesn't have the requisite authority to compel testimony from these witnesses is frankly absurd. And it doesn't provide a rational or legal basis to stay proceedings and violate my client's right to a speedy trial.
All right, Mr. Roy, I'm going to ask my question again. Listen very carefully to it. Right now, the court has issued that we are no longer able to have jury trials at 36th District Court until further notice. Handling this matter right now and getting an authority from a higher court would not delay us from having a jury trial at this point in time. the court is going to rule that at this point in time, I'm going to grant the motion to stay. The court, 36th District Court cannot have jury trials at this point in time. So this will be an appropriate time to get that information from the court of higher jurisdiction at this point in time. Because we cannot have any jury trials, I would hate for us to continue on in this particular matter, continue further with proceedings, and then we have to have this same delay when the court is actually in full service and actually deny the opportunity for Ms. Wallace to have a jury trial if we get to that point. We still have not decided, the court has not decided whether or not to grant that motion that has been out there. None of the motions at this point in time have been granted. So the court has not made a ruling on any of those motions. So those still have to be heard at this point in time. But to remedy this issue of whether or not I can call these witnesses, at this point in time, the court is going to grant it. Since we're at a standstill across the street, let us handle these matters right now while we are not able to have any jury trials, not further prohibiting Ms. Wallace from being able to have a jury trial if we get to that point. As I stated, I still need that testimony, or the court believes that they still need that testimony in order to make a decision on whether or not to grant the motion for retaliatory prosecution in this particular time. The court does not believe it can make a full and complete decision until it has that testimony. And so I'm going to grant the stay to see if the court of a higher jurisdiction believes I do not have that right or authority to hear testimony to be able to make a prudent and sound decision on whether or not this was indeed retaliatory prosecution at this point in time.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right, how much time should we give them for the court? I want to get some new dates out here before we do this, so that we can have the new date to come back and find out what their ruling is.
Your Honor, I don't have any dates yet. I'll be filing it tomorrow, as stated. And as soon as I, receive some sort of correspondence from the circuit court, I'd be happy to provide that to both the court and Mr. Royal. That's all I can say at this time. I do not know what a general timeline would be for a claim of appeal to be heard.
Okay. What I am going to do, and Ms. Wallace, you do not have to be present. I know that this is taking up some of your time as well. Attorney Royal, you can come in. I want to set a control date so that we can make sure we have the information and know that we're on track. And then that way we can know when to anticipate a hearing, and so that we can be able to move forward with this matter.
Sounds good to the prosecution, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Royal, should we give it a month, or should we give it 2 months to try and come back and get those dates so we can know how long this process is going to take?
Well, that's, frankly, Judge, when they file their appeal, it really turns scheduling over to the circuit court judge. But I'm prepared to appear before the court at any mutually agreeable date to get an update on the status of the appellate proceedings.
Okay.
And I don't really know if 1 month or 2 months will be sufficient.
Okay. Miss Mary, can you look at March let's see, today. March the 7th, and let me know what that looks like?
Yes, Your Honor.
This would be a Zoom hearing, right, Judge?
It'll be a Zoom hearing. As I stated before, Ms. Wallace, you can be present. You don't have to be present. This is just going to be a time where we kind of make sure that we are aware of dates and times set for the circuit court to review my authority in this particular matter.
That's a good day, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to make it March the 7th, 2022. I'm going to make it at 10 a.m. This should be really brief. This is not even necessarily something that we're going to put onto the record. I just want to make sure that we all have basically a conference to make sure that we are all on the same page, that nothing has been lost, and that we are proceeding forward with this matter.
Very good. That's a good day for the defense.
Okay, thank you.
That's fine with the prosecution, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. If there's nothing further, this concludes this hearing for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Attorney Cheeto, we lost my man.
Yeah, I see that, Judge. I guess he's gonna have to come back another day.
He will.
Yeah.
Thank you for staying on so long. I appreciate you.
No problem, Judge. Thank you. It's always a pleasure being in your courtroom. You guys, your staff, have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Mr. Cheeto.
Bye, Mr. Gillis.
You can take us off YouTube.
Okay, and